What's up, guys? It's BrickLetters here today with LEGO City Rebuild Update number 3. I've been rebuilding the LEGO City and adding a bunch of new sets, including some new cool features like a subway station, the boutique hotel, and more. And today is part number 3 of this video series, having you watch me build up the LEGO City. So quick recap, if you missed the last update, I have put the table back in here now, and I have been adding a lot of the raised base plates and stuff like that, and I've added the boutique hotel here to kind of see and get an estimate of how it looks. I pretty much finished the rest of the city, very happy with it, just waiting on a few more bricklink parts and stuff like that, and then of course I've got to do all the staging, but the rest of the city, other than this part here, is pretty much complete. With this new layout here, I'm very excited because not only have I added some cool new buildings and redone this part of the LEGO City here, but I've also opened up a bunch of base plates back here, which is going to allow for more like buildings and stuff like that, which is really exciting. There's so many things around my LEGO's room that I have not been able to add to the city because of space constraints, and now with all these new base plates opened up, I will be able to. So some of the things I'm looking at adding are, this building right here, as well as some of these buildings. But this is just an overview of the LEGO City right now. You guys can tell the room is an absolute mess. And right now here, I'm going to start cleaning up the LEGO City a little bit more and getting things ready for the placement. So guys, as I'm doing some cleaning of the LEGO City, I also started experimenting with the wall here that's going to enclose the train. You guys can see I'm using a bunch of these 1x6x5 panel pieces, two of them stacked on top of each other, as well as a bunch of the 1x8 profile bricks. I'm also experimenting there with how the detail on the wall is going to go with those black arches and some black bricks as well. And so far from the early stages of this wall, I seem to be pretty happy with it, but I really kind of want to visualize it and see how it looks going the entire length of the LEGO City. So I did some more experimenting here, and I'm a really big fan of how this is going to turn out. Once the bricklink order with all the archways comes in, I'm going to put obviously the arches all the way across, and I'll probably do another layer of black bricks or something like that. But it is the perfect height and everything like that for the train to go underneath. So unfortunately I did have to use 2 layers of the white panels. I'm getting 6 more in a bricklink order as well. I hope I ordered a few more because I do not have enough to do all these panels here, because before, all of these panels used to be able to do all of this as well, but now because I've doubled the height, I've doubled the panels, and unfortunately I don't have any more. I thought I had way more in the city. I think they're all being used in Brick's Tower or the federal office building, so I will need to place another bricklink order and stock up on these ones because I'm not leaving that exposed. But very happy with how this is looking, and I think the gray brick wall just adds a really nice touch. So guys, the city's looking good. I went and I've added a lot of the fabric to it, so you guys can see that is how it is looking like. I'm very happy. I think it makes the city look, much better, and it kind of draws your attention more towards this versus all the stuff and all the crap that is down here. So I'm very happy with how this is looking. It does look a little odd, but that's okay. We'll get through it. And I didn't actually cover up this part over here because I've got some LEGO sets and stuff like that on display. But like I said, once again, it kind of draws your attention more towards the city than everything down here. Now I want to go through and start clearing off the things from these base plates because I need the base plates for the park area of the LEGO City. As well, underneath this second tray, my bricklink order came in, so that means I can finally start working more on the wall. So I'll have enough of the white plates and the white panels to go along here. However, I will need to buy some more to cover this part of the LEGO City, which will have to be in a future update because I don't have any plans to make a bricklink order quite so soon. There we go, guys. That looks so much better already. I'm very happy with how that looks. And this means a ton more parts that I can reuse for the city park when I rebuild it. And now, although I don't have any more parts for the wall, and I've got some ones for the bricklink store, I'm going to start working on the wall that goes around the LEGO City here, because I think that is currently the eyesore that I've been staring at and not appreciating. Woohoo! Look at all these new parts. So guys, this section of the wall is almost done. Like, I put all the supports and stuff like that in. Obviously, just need to get more of the white 6x6 panels, but at least I've, framed it all out, and once those panels do get in, it'll look sick. And then over here, this part is actually finished, so all the panels are in and it looks good. I built it up and even started putting the bridge in here, which I'm very excited about. I think this is going to look awesome in the LEGO City. The bridge is obviously going to come across the water here, and it's going to stretch the whole way out, which I think, like I said, I think is going to look really awesome. The train is obviously going to run underneath it, which very excited about as well. These are the supports that I have purchased for the bridge because I want it to look like, an actual bridge and have those supports underneath, which is going to be sick, and it's going to look really awesome. just the rough outline of the bridge here, and I'm very, very excited for how I think this is gonna look. So I'm so happy with how the bridge is looking. I've just been experimenting with one of the Lego road plates on it because I still have to open a box with the other ones in it, but you guys can see it looks really, really good. I'm very, very happy with it. It's very sturdy here. You know, I've got some plates in it to hold each of the base plates up, and then I've got obviously all of the brick pieces all the way along here, and it just looks really, really good, and I'm very, very happy with how it's turning out. And I built a ledge here to make sure it's even extra sturdy, and I will be putting more brick pieces all the way along here to build a wall, like, you know, a guardrail, so the cars don't drive off it. So now I'm just working on building the platform that's going to go over the train tracks here. You guys can see once that's on, you cannot even tell that there's a train or anything like that running underneath here. It looks really stellar. I'm going to have fencing along both sides, or I'm going to do something to make it look really cool, and then I'll have it all tiled as well. So once it's all tiled, it will look absolutely awesome. And of course, I'm still screwing around with the bridge here, and I still have to add all the other road plates onto it, but super happy with how this looks and super happy with how it looks from afar. I'm over here working on the ledge a little bit more on the actual table now. I have been working on, you know, experimenting with some of the bricks and putting out both some flower potters, you know, planters here, as well as a railing. I'm using the classic railing that I've used in a couple of the last Lego cities there, and I'm spacing it out. I'm thinking with some flowers all the way along here, the railings all along here, and then a bunch of the tan 2x2 tiles. It'll look really sick here in the Lego city and will be a good walkway. I think this is going to look pretty decent in the city here. I think it's going to, you know, blend in quite nicely. I like the railing, and I think it's going to look nice with all that greenery, you know, kind of lining the road there. So I'm going to continue with that and tile it up. Just threw it in the Lego city again here after I put some tiles and the rest of the fencing on it, just to double confirm that I like it. And I do, so very happy with that, and I'm going to continue going along with it because I think it looks very, very slick, and it's going to look even better, like I mentioned, with all that greenery on it, because it looks a little pale right now, but it will look really, really good. So I'm a big fan of how this looks. I think it looks absolutely awesome there. It's not like set in place yet. It's just set on top to test it out, but huge fan of how this looks. And yeah, I'm going to keep it. It looks great, and I'm going to formally sink it in here so it's permanent. There we go. So it's finally in. Gotta move this piece actually out of the way, but the sidewalk is in. It looks really smooth, I think, with the rest of the Lego city. And I also added 2 new pedestrian crossings here so you could cross over to the sidewalk from both sides, because I realized I've got to also include one here as well that's going to be identical to the one on this side, and that's going to make it look even better. There we go. Now both sides of the sidewalk near the bridge are completed, and I'm really, really happy with how that looks, and I think it looks epic. And then once I get the subway station here and, you know, the other subway station down there and the rest of the city finished, it'll look awesome. I still need to work on this wall down here because that can't all be exposed, and then I've got to tile up that back there and work on the staircase over here as well as the rock wall. So there, and of course the park is still completely empty, so there is still a ton of work to go, but I'm very, very happy with a lot of the progress that I've been making, especially the progress that I've made so far in this third update here, because I just think this looks incredible. So given all the incredible progress that has been made so far in this Lego City update, that's where I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. I'm very, very happy with how that looks. I love the bridge. I love the new park area. I think everything is going to look so good once it is finished, and I just can't wait to keep working on it. So what I need to do in future updates is, of course, add more billboards to the tile square mock over there and just kind of stage this part of the Lego City. I need to add, obviously, a ton of flowers all the way along here, but I really like how it's looking. I think it looks great. And then, of course, add another modular building back here when I eventually buy the jazz shop, and I will move this detective's office back there. And overall, just tons of work to do here into the Lego City. It will be a few more parts still, and oh, I almost forgot all the subway stations. Those are going to be a whole nightmare in themselves to do, so that will come at a later date eventually, but those are in the works as well. Anyway, guys, a ton of things have been changed in this Lego City in the last few weeks, and I'm really looking forward to making more changes as we go along. I love how the city is turning out, and I'm so glad I decided to embark on this adventure in the new year. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and of course, subscribe, and I'm looking forward to seeing you here in the next video.